If you're planning on decorating some eggs this Easter, try swapping out the traditional dye for something more creative. Today we are showing fresh new egg designs that are colorful, dramatic, and sure to steal the show this Easter. Craft designer Kristine McKay is our go-to gal for these new decorating ideas. And Kristine, this is kind of a long-time tradition here on Studio 5.
I have to say, this was a tough one because they asked me if I would do an Easter egg segment. This is my 7th Easter egg segment. So the poor producer, I was like, I got nothing for you. I've done everything from tie-dyeing, from silk to decoupage. So I turned to Pinterest for this one, and I actually found some really cool ideas.
So walk us through, you've got some eggs over here that we're gonna start with. What are you doing with these eggs?
So first of all, if anyone has been watching me long enough, they know that I love to just find things around the home, easily accessible things from the grocery store. So the one thing I love about these eggs right here is just the earthy, natural nature of these eggs. And how you get this look is not from an Easter egg dye, but it is actually from using simple things like pomegranate raspberry tea.
That you might already have in your pantry.
Absolutely, paprika, turmeric. My favorite one, and we're gonna demo that one in just a few minutes, is red cabbage.
Okay, I've seen people use that before, and it really does give it a beautiful kind of purpley color, right?
Yes, it's gorgeous. And this right here, you can actually go to Pinterest, and if you just type in Easter egg coloring, I found this guide, and I thought that guide was really great because a lot of times the colors, they don't turn out how you think they're going to. Like for instance, I'll do the pomegranate raspberry tea. What color do you think that would be, pomegranate?
Pomegranates are kind of a pinky purpley color.
Would you believe that this one right here is the pomegranate raspberry tea?
It's like silvery gray.
And you know, when I pulled it out, it actually had this interesting film on it. So the very first one I did, I tried wiping off the film. And then I realized when I left the film on, it dried and gave it this natural speckled look. It was gorgeous. But of course the yellow ones are the turmeric. This really light colored one right here, that is paprika. Now, one thing I will say, the ones I really liked a lot were the ones I dyed with tea or ground coffee. However, I had to borrow a couple packets of coffee from one of my friends to do this, but what I found was the color that they end up being, you really could just buy organic eggs from the grocery store and you're gonna kind of get that same color. But I do love the earthiness to that. So this is kind of one that's more maybe for mom, one that's gonna be more a display. You can use not real eggs, but the faux eggs.
So are these real eggs? Do you like using real eggs?
These are real eggs, and I will tell you the difference between the real eggs and the faux eggs. And if I have one here, let me have you feel it. They look exactly the same, but one thing you'll notice is that the dye does not, it's not as vibrant. So this was the same colors, so you get a different look. So you might actually like that. But I think if you're gonna spend a lot of time with something like this, you may want to use the faux eggs. Leave them in a little longer so you can use them next year too.
Okay, and a friend of mine recently said, she posted on Instagram, that she didn't hard boil her eggs before she dyed them. Do you have a preference?
Oh.
Then she said she could use her eggs.
You know what, that's really smart.
Of the month.
I always have in the past because I'm typically doing it with my kids, and the dye is already a mess. I can't even imagine broken raw eggs as well. But that's actually a brilliant idea.
Okay, so hard boiled, or you can find these faux eggs.
Yes, absolutely.
Just leave them in a little longer to get the vibrant color.
Now, we can't forget the kids. They always, like to do something
fun or a little different.
Right? So I did some more colorful ones. Now, one thing I will say is I know a lot of people are really conscious about using organic things, especially if you're going to eat them. I don't have a problem with this one, but if you do, then I would recommend you do the faux eggs or don't eat these. But this is a really fun, simple technique. Now, I already finished this one, but I'll show you how you do it. Is you simply take an egg, and you'll notice I made this just DIY.
This is so cute. This is what you dry the eggs on?
Yeah, because you don't make your mess and you're able to cover the whole egg. And this is just some craft like floral foam and some golf tees. So you'll just take some rubber cement and just drizzle it over.
And you really are just drizzling it.
And let it, when this side dries, I'll turn it over and do the bottom.
How long does it take to dry?
Not very long.
Okay.
And in fact, I didn't leave it on very long at all because we're actually gonna peel that off. And that's why for me, I'm not too concerned because it's not on there very long and it's on the shell. But if you have any concerns, then I definitely, don't eat those. Now, this is one that I've already covered. Now, it's really tacky, so what we're gonna do, and I was gonna have you do it, but I don't wanna get on your dress.
So you peeled off the glue?
Not yet,
Oh,
but we will.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
So this is the red cabbage.
This is just dried glue. Okay.
my favorite. Now,
mixed with water.
So yeah, so the red cabbage, what you'll do is you just put it in a pan, chop up some red cabbage and let it boil. Don't put a ton of water in it, just let it boil for a little bit. I wanna make sure that's the right one, yeah. Just let it boil for a little while until you get the dark purple leftover water. Drain it, put it in here.
And be prepared to have a cabbage smell.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm wondering, I think I may have mislabeled this. I think this one might be the beet one.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay, we'll just, it's not gonna be as vibrant, but it'll be the same idea.
Okay.
So let me just make sure I've got
And how long are you leaving it in the dye?
It really depends on how strong the dye is or what the color is that you want. And you know what I'm gonna do, let me just put it in this one really quickly, and then we'll let it sit while we do the next one, because I think that might be the beet juice. And the beet juice, it gave a really pretty color.
Surprising that the beets wouldn't be as vibrant as the cabbage.
The beets ended up being just a really, really dry, or soft, not dry, soft pink. All right, so we're gonna let that sit for a minute.
Here. Okay.
The next one I think is really fun. So these are just spritzed eggs, and you kind of get this great like tie-dyed look to it. So how you do this, and I would definitely recommend that you get a box to do this.
A box like this, or just a shoe box or something?
I would say like a box that has 4 sides, especially depending on how old.
You can contain the dye, okay.
Especially depending on how old your kids are. Now for those moms at home, you know, just raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've had your kids knock over the jars of coloring and it goes all over the table. So if you think this is messy, it's a lot less messy.
And is this regular dye that you've gotten from this?
This is just Easter egg dye.
Easter egg dye in
so
spray bottles.
It's totally food safe. And I'm just gonna do that so I'm not spraying everywhere. I don't wanna get you on your beautiful dress. So you're just gonna do that, and you can turn it around if you want to, but you see how like pretty and vibrant that is. And it's just a quick and easy way, and the colors will eventually like drip down and create all these really fun,
Does this take a little longer to dry?
You know, I didn't find that it did. I'm just gonna get that little spot right there. I didn't find that it did, but once again, no mess. They're not going to tip over the cups. If you have a box and they have old t-shirts, you're going to be fine. So that is the spritzing technique. And if you're a crafter, you can use those as art spritz too. So pretty cool. All right, should we check on our egg?
Let's check on this.
All right, let's do it. Hopefully the color. And it was really interesting with like the red cabbage. There were some that I left in overnight. There were others that
So it is a little more vibrant than the beets.
Others I just left in for a few minutes. So you can really just kind of determine your own color or shade. So I'll kind of
just wipe it off with a paper towel.
And then this next part, you'll just simply, the rubber cement actually just peels off. So you can kind of see it. It just peels right off.
Oh, it does just peel right off, and that's where you get that white kind of marbly look.
So after you've peeled it all off, you have voila.
There you go. You've done it again.
How fun is that?
You've created new fun ways to dye Easter eggs this Easter. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks so much.
And tell us what's been going on with you lately, where people can find more inspiration.
So we have a group page. It's My Craft Channel group page. It's a private page, so just ask to be, invited. And every week we have weekly challenges. There's tips, tricks, so come check it out.
Okay, thanks so much.